Hello and welcome back to the TurboSettle video series. Today we're going to show you how to extract data from ChatGPT into your data models. As an example, we're going to bring down about 1,000 banks from our server and show you the missing data and how we're going to fill it instantly just by clicking the IQ Fill button next to the Edit and Add and Upload buttons. So we clicked it and you could see we could choose by bank name, email, whatever column we want to. And if we don't choose a column, then it's going to bring in all the missing data. And that's it. You just click it on any data object you want and it'll fill in missing data. The more data you have in each record, the better for giving you accurate information. Now these are public banks, so this data is not hard to come by. Nevertheless, for a complete list, you typically have to pay for it. Here, you don't. But it does, of course, have to be reviewed. Anyway, we just got our first response from ChatGPT showing us about 10 records with filled detail. It can go through all 1,000. You could just let it go, and then when it's done, the records appear in the report, and you can just upload them in a single click. And we'll show you that here. You could see the items are in red. That is new information. The records have been merged with existing data. In the case of a black field, it means the data hasn't changed, but it was attempted to be overwritten. And in the case of red data, it's new data. And that's it. We'll now show you how to do for just email or phone, for example, just to extract single columns, which is a faster operation. And you can use your own API key for your company when you're setting up your CRM and change it at any time. So let's see, I will click IQ Fill again and we will try just to bring down a few emails from the LLM. And you'll see it works really nicely, and in the case where it doesn't have data, it won't write anything. So in this case, we have in our second response, on the second try here, we have about 4 or 5 emails. Most of them look pretty accurate, actually. We've tested some of this data, and it is accurate. Pretty amazing. So we'll show you the new emails we just brought in addition to about 20 records that are new. And we'll upload the 30 some odd records to the database shortly. And you could see here just some records with just the new emails that just came in from ChatGPT. So it's interesting, you can actually extract data from ChatGPT. And this is the way to do it. Your objects can have gene data, for example, gene expression data. Instead of just 12 or 15 fields, maybe you have 50 or 100, and it can fill in the blanks quite easily. And the data is valuable, depending on how you use it. Obviously, bank data is a little less interesting, but here it is. Nevertheless, and we're uploading 30 records to the database, and it can go to any provider you want. It can go to the cloud on our storage or on your storage. It can even go peer-to-peer. We have serverless processing, and we do offer serverless storage too, if you have your own network internally, and we create networks for teams. The teams themselves are the network in the case of being completely serverless. So here we're looking at the data, and you see this is non-orthogonal data. You notice how some of the records have just emails, some of the records have full address information and phone. So this is what we call non-orthogonal data for upload. And we just uploaded it instantly, and it's done. And now we're going to reload the data, and you'll see it's no longer red. Now it's all blue, indicating that it's safe at the provider, in this case Google Cloud. Files are uploaded just as easily, all thoroughly encrypted. And we showed you that last time, and we'll show you that again in the future. You can sort by any field. As you see, the email is in red. It's being sorted by email. You can filter and search and go fetch based on a number of criteria. We're looking at the provider pointers right now. You see how we're pointing to Google Cloud? You can click on any one of a number of settings, including links, linking data from one data object to another. Here we're showing you, again, the providers. Now we're going to show you our brain passwords. Both data and files are encrypted with brain passwords, brain keys, brain hashes that are used for an extra level of security. So what's next? Now we are just a little bit about how to manipulate, edit data, view data, and in this case, this is how we link data from one object to another. How we link two objects together. Here, when we click on a prospect, you'll notice how the prospect trade lines immediately line up. And that was something we showed you earlier. We didn't exactly show you how it happens, but now you can see how it happens through the link settings. This was an example of a guy named Arturo and his 18 trade lines from his credit report, which can be parsed directly using the parse credit button. You can make your own buttons and make your own parsers with regex. And we are looking at a contract template like we have, just to remind you how that looks. Just you can create your own templates on your own agreements and then have them point to data and fill. It's just as simple as hitting the autofill button. And you could work through with the prospect and then send it to the prospect for signing, like you see here. You can add date fields, just happen not to be added in this doc, but you can add it yourself just by adjusting or editing the template. And then you can email it to the prospect like we're about to do here. He can continue to fill it out, send it back, and then there's the extract button, which is a new feature we just added that brings, you see that button there, extract data, brings the data right back in. Any inconsistencies are overwritten by what the document supersedes if you press that button, and then you can onboard. All of these buttons are customizable in settings, directing your workflow according to your own business rules and logic. Right now, we brought in a few clients. Of the 40,000 clients that this company has, we brought in a few that have an account balance over 25,000. And just to give you an idea of the search capability, very strong, complex search and filtering. Now we're looking at all banks that start with an S, between the letter S and T, and you could see, and we're sorting by bank name. Now we are looking at some other banks here as well. Now let's see, because we're no longer, we unfocused the S only. So now you can see all 1,000 banks, and look, we just edited a field. There's two ways to edit, and that's one way right there, just like you would in an Excel document. See the number in red, and you can just click the upload button, and it automatically uploads whatever was edited. And you saw there was just one record that was edited there. And you can also edit by going to the actual record itself. And again, all of these fields are customizable. Some of them you might not be allowed to edit because you set that up for yourself that way. Depending on what your users are allowed to do. And it's just as simple as clicking on the object. You could see all of the fields here in the object. We just deleted a field called routing number. Just click of a button, it's gone. It's still there because we didn't save it. You don't want to save changes to this. These are actual objects. And up to 1 million records in each object. And it's very fluid, very fast. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.